Robert Gregory is a heck of an athlete. He played quarterback in high school, was a good runner with the ball. He has good size potential. Obviously, it's a big step going from high school to Big Ten football, but I like his effort. I like his skill set, and we're really down numbers-wise at the running back position, so he's going to be important to us in time. And then I really like Curry. He's a physical guy, a smart guy, somebody you can count on and rely on. He was kind of a hybrid tight end type guy in high school. We always envisioned him as being a tight end, H-back, U-back, full-backish type guy, and really looks good at the fullback spot. So I like him a bunch. Whether or not those guys will play this year or not, I don't know. They still have a lot of work to do, but they're both good prospects.
Has somebody separated themselves at fullback at this point for you?
Well, I like what we're seeing out of Derek Jackson. He's a physical player. Kurt Freitag is a good player. He's good with the ball in his hand. The most gifted big back that we have, obviously, is Brandon Cottom. Extremely athletic. We've got a green jersey on him, designated. He's recovering from an injury right now, but he looks really good. He's been dodging and darting, and he's been quick and sudden. We haven't had any live contact on Brandon Cottom, but he looks good carrying the football. So all three of those big backs have done well this camp. Obviously, we'd like to get Brandon ready to go and healthy. He could impact our team in our season. So we look forward to him getting his feet back underneath him, but it looks like it's going to happen and happen pretty quick. And both those other guys are good physical players for us. So all three of those guys will share a role. They've all emerged some in some ways.
Do you think Cotton will be ready for game one, or perhaps?
I anticipate him playing in game one. The amount of reps, I'm not sure. He, Rob Henry, Ryan Isaacs, I think they're going to be ready to play in the game, but we certainly don't want them to get too much. So we'll anticipate them playing and try to cut down on the reps.
You talked recently about improving pass efficiency.
Right.
I guess from your standpoint, is that a number you're looking for or what goes into your pass efficiency? What do you want to see from that?
The protection standpoint, the detailed routes, minimize drops, more accurate passes, all those things would enhance our passing game. I don't necessarily have to have a particular number. I just know that we haven't been that effective in the passing game, and it's really important to us, and we should be up there in the upper quartile somewhere, from a passing efficiency standpoint, and we haven't been, and we need to be. So I see improvement in all those areas. We've made real improvement from a protection standpoint. Our quarterbacks are way ahead of where they were this time last year. Our receivers are more experienced. They're more precise with their routes. The defense is better, so we're challenged, and it's very competitive out there on the field. We had a passing scrum today, featured the passing game, a lot of pressure. We didn't complete as many passes as I would have liked to have seen completed, but I thought the protection was better. I think out of maybe 18 snaps, we may have had 2 or 3 potential protection breakdowns, so we're on the edge some. That's an improvement numbers-wise, but certainly passing efficiency is a focus, and a lot of time being spent on the passing game. I think we'll be able to go out here and throw the ball and do very well with it this season.
Has protection been one of the biggest strides that the line has made here recently?
I think so. We certainly have emphasized it, and we're older. Last year we didn't do as good a job picking up some of the line stunts, if you will. And I think we're much further along in that area, and we'll see a bunch of it here in about 10 days from our first opponent. We'll see it all season long, but I think we have made real progress from a pass protection standpoint. Not where we want to be at yet, but we're getting better every day.
You leaning one way or the other on either Devin Smith or Cody Davis at right guard?
I like them both. Right now we're trying to create some continuity, and Cody has been around the offense a lot longer than Devin has, so we have Devin in there at the right guard spot. He's getting a lot of reps with the ones and some reps with the twos, but trying to force feed him from a training standpoint. And then in my mind, Cody is certainly in our top 5 to 7 offensive linemen, and he is more mobile right now. He can play at the right guard spot or the left guard spot or the center spot as well. With Peter Dry coming back off of an injury, and we want to try to make sure he doesn't get too much. So Cody working there at left guard, rest Peter some in practice, and we anticipate doing the same thing during the games, particularly early in the season. So Cody's very important to us, either as a starting right guard or as the guy that can play any one of those inside positions. We had a very good practice today. It was warmer. We didn't practice as long. We went a little bit less than 2 hours from the stretch all the way to the end, and we went in shells. Yesterday was a heck of a day. We got a lot of reps in yesterday, very physical practice. When I looked at it last night and again this morning, it was really evident to me that they had really pushed themselves, and we've gotten a ton of reps. At one point in time, we had a 25-minute period yesterday, and the ones alone had 36 reps. That's not counting how many the twos had, so we were probably cranking 60 or more reps out in a 20-something minute time period. So we got a ton of reps yesterday, and we shortened the practice today, and I thought it was physical and crisp, and we made progress. I still have some work to do, but I like where we're at.
Do you see this offense playing more up-tempo than what you have in the past?
I think we've been a pretty good tempo offense as far as changing the pace of the game. We can go on sound, we can go no huddle, we can huddle, and I think we're very proficient at our tempo offense, changing the tempo. When you talk about up tempo, you talk about hurry up offense. That's been in our arsenal, and we've done it a lot the last couple of years. Not featuring the pass as much when we're doing our no huddle type offense. We're running a little bit more, but we should be able to feature both. We could utilize more up-tempo offense if we desire to. That's what helps us win the football game, but we don't have to be an up-tempo offense. We are a tempo offense where we can change the tempo throughout the course of the game. Some people are how many plays can I get off offense, and we have that capability when we want to do it. And it's not all the time that we want to go on that route.
So you don't have a magic number for plays?
I don't right now, but I like the fact that we can go out there and in 25 minutes our ones get 30-something reps and still be able to finish practice strong and be able to stand up, after the number of practices that we've had. And I thought it was great for our defense, even though we were rotating some guys in there. We had some guys that kept laying their ears back and coming hard and going fast and finishing, and that's more plays they'll ever get in that short of time period. That's a running clock on my watch, 20-something minutes, not the scoreboard. So big difference. That's a lot of reps, and it looks like our football team's in pretty good shape right now.
Dwayne Bedford's had about 2.5 weeks in the new defensive system. Has he been a pretty quick study, and you pretty comfortable with where he's at with a little more than a week to go?
Very pleased with Dwayne and his progress on the football field. I'm not surprised. Dwayne has a very good football IQ. We're very consistent with what we're teaching. Said all along that the new package presents a ton of options for the play caller and a lot of carryover for the players. So it's simple assignment-wise, and it's very evident out there on the practice field. Our linebackers are where they're supposed to be the majority of the time, lining up, assignment-wise, and also execution. So Dwayne is right where he needs to be. He's doing very well.
Everyone healthy that needs to be healthy right now?
Well, Patrick Beatty took a spill yesterday, and he has hyperextended or strained or sprained a knee or something, so he'll be out for 5 or 6 weeks. Most of the other guys that have been out that we know are going to be out, I don't see anything changing with Ishmael for a while, and Ralph won't play in the first game, and Carbajal is still out. He has a bad groin pull, and he could be out for a couple more weeks at least, possibly. So we may go in the first game without him, but that's okay. He's a newcomer. We got some other guys at that spot, and then we still haven't had a lot of reps out of B.J. Knopf. He's had some back issues. He's only practiced a little bit since camp has started, but everyone else is good to go. All those that have been injured that are practicing, we're limiting their reps some to keep them healthy and fresh, but I think we're going to have a full boat other than the names that I just mentioned.
Just with Ralph, is it going to be a week-by-week basis?
Well, again, it's up to
as
Ralph.
You get ready for each game?
We're going to go out there and try to get some reps with Ralph and let him push himself some. He's starting to get some teamwork, but not a whole lot of it. He's running behind the blocker some and getting more individual work. And they're trying to get a feel for the brace that he has, but he's still a ways away. It's going to be up to Ralph on that. I don't know how we're going to tell when Ralph's ready. Ralph's going to know when Ralph's ready, and that's when we'll go.